Good day, everyone. Today we shall be exploring the world of triangles. See the triangle shape, the fundamental shape in geometry. Um, it is very, very important that we know the types and how it can be constructed so that when we are dealing with geometry in mathematics, it will be easier for us or in engineering to comprehend. All right, so let's dive into this. So, what is a triangle? Um, from what we have here, you can say that a triangle is a plane figure bounded by three straight lines forming three angles. Okay, so it's a plane figure because it has just two dimensions and it's bounded by three straight lines. This is it here. This is line AB, that's first line BC, that's the second line, and then line AC. So it's a plane figure bounded by these three straight lines forming three angles. So we have angle A here, we have angle B, and then we have angle C. Again, the sum of angles in a triangle is always 180 degrees. Okay, it's always 180 degrees. This error here is 180 degrees. The sum of angle in a triangle is 180 degrees. All right. So, what are the type of triangle that we have? We have the scaling triangle. Okay, we have the isosceles triangle, we have the equilateral triangle, and the right angle triangle. Now, for the scaling triangle, it has no equal side. The three sides are not equal. Okay, this example, find out that the side here is not equal to this side, and the side there is not equal to the third side. Okay, so when the three sides of a triangle are not equal, we say that that type of triangle is known as scaling triangle. Not just unequal three sides, the angles too are not equal. The angle here is not equal to the angle here, and it's not equal to the angle here. So the three angles in these triangles are not equal, and the three sides of this triangle are not equal. That was referred to as scaling triangle. The second one, which is the isosceles triangle, in this triangle, two sides are equal and two angles are equal. You will see here the angle. This is an example of a isosceles triangle. This mark you see here show that these two lines are equal. Okay, but the third one is not equal with them. So these only two sides are equal, and the base angle, the two base angles here are equal. They are the same angle. Okay, that means if here is 40 degrees, automatically here will be 40 degrees. All right. So for isosceles triangle, two sides are equal and two angles out of the three angles are equal. Then for the third one that we refer to as the equilateral triangle, uh, in this type of triangle, we say that all the three sides are equal and all the angles are equal. Okay, you see this is an example of equilateral triangle. So the side here is same thing as the side here. What that means is if here is 5 centimeter now, then this side will be 5 centimeter and this side will be 5 centimeter. The same applies to the angles. The three angles are equal. Of course, since the sum of angles in a triangle is 180, that means in an equilateral triangle, each of the angles are 60. This is 60, this is 60, and this is 60. Because 60 plus 60 plus 60 will give us 180. So it's only equilateral triangle that has a specific known equal angles, which is 60 degrees. Alright. And the fourth one, which is the right angle triangle. In this type of triangle, one of the angles in the triangle is 90 degrees. Okay, and the longest side of this triangle is known as the hypotenuse. This is it here. You know that the triangle has three sides. This is the first side, second side, and this is the third side. Now, this angle here that looks like a square is known as angle 90 degree. That is the symbol to show that it's an angle 90 degree. So in a right angle triangle, there is one angle that is equal to 90 degree, and then the other two angles can be any other type of angle, but they must not be more than 90. The sum of the two other angles must not be more than 90 because the total angle must be equal to 180. So since one of the angle is already 90 and we have 90 degree left, so if for example now here is 40 degree, automatically here will be 50 degree to make everything 180. So what we are saying in essence is that in a right angle triangle, only one of the angles is 190 degrees. That's what makes it right angle. The word right angle means 90. And then the longest side, which is the one facing angle 90, is called the hypotenuse. All right. So these are the different types of triangles that we have. Okay. So let's now talk about isosceles triangle in details. Okay. An isosceles triangle is known to have two equal sides. This is it here. So when we mark double line here, then we also mark double line. Like you show that these two sides are equal. If I mark only one mark, if I put only one mark here, and then put another one mark here, you show that they're equal. So in essence, isosceles triangle have just two equal sides, and the base angles are equal. Okay, these are the base angles. Okay, this up here is known as the vertical angle, while the two other angles are known as the base angle, and they are equal in length. They are equal in length in terms of their side, and the angles are also equal. Right? Now, we now look at the right angle triangle too. For the right angle triangle, we've said it earlier, the longest side is known as the hypotenuse, and angle 90 degree there is known as the right angle. It has height and it has base. Okay, the base is the horizontal part of the right angle triangle, while the height is the vertical part of the right angle triangle. The longest side, which is the hypotenuse, is always facing angle 90 degree. It's always facing angle 90 degree. That is how to identify the hypotenuse in a triangle. Is the longest side, number one, and number two is always facing angle 90 degree. It's very, very important in trigonometry. This right angle triangle is very, very important in trigonometry and many engineering. It has many engineering applications. So it's important that we have the understanding of right angle triangle. Right now, aside from right angle triangle, scaling triangle, equilateral triangle, okay, and isosceles triangle, we also have another type of angle or triangle based on the kind of angle they possess. For example, now right angle, a right angle triangle has a right angle inside. But what about if we have acute angle? Okay, now these acute angles are angles that are lesser than 90 degrees. For example, now 62 degree. Okay, now right angle are just 90 degree, while obtuse angle are angle greater than 90 degree but lesser than 180. For example, 135 now, an example of acute, obtuse angle. Now each of these angle can be transformed to become a triangle by just adding an extra line. For example, now let me talk about this. Now this right angle, now I can turn it to a triangle by just adding an extra line like this. You can see now it has become this now a right angle triangle. Okay, now for these two, I can turn this angle to the triangle by just adding a straight line like this. But automatically this is an acute angle triangle. Okay, this as well I can decide to add a line to make it a triangle. This is an obtuse angle triangle. So the angle in it gives us the name of that triangle. All right, and these are a typical example of another acute angle triangle because of the angle 62 degrees. All right, so let's erase this. Okay, so that's about other type of triangle aside the one we mentioned earlier. Right, now let's talk about how to construct a triangle. All right. Now there are two ways or different ways. Well, let's talk about some of the ways of constructing a triangle. Sometimes you'll be given three sides of a triangle and you'll be asked to construct it. Okay. When you are given three sides of a triangle and you have to construct it, these are the steps you have to take. You have to draw the base of that triangle with one of the sides. Then you make an arc. You make the first arc, you make second arc, and then you complete the triangle. These are the four steps on how to construct the triangle. You draw the base of that triangle, make first arc, make second arc, and then you complete the triangle. So what do we mean by this? Let us do a practical example of this. Okay, so let's see how to do that. Look at this now. Here we are to construct. It's a construction challenge. So we want to put on our, I want to see how good we are in constructing a triangle. So here we are to construct triangle ABC with the following dimension. AB equals 8 centimeter, BC equals 7 centimeter, and AC equals 6 centimeter. When you are constructing a triangle with three sides given, these are the sides of a triangle. The first thing you need to do is to sketch that triangle. Now look at the sketch here. Now the AB 8 equal to 8 centimeter is here. Now this 8 centimeter, and that's the line AB here. This line BC is 7 centimeter, so line BC is sketched here to be 7 centimeter, and line AC is 6 centimeter. So this is AC 6 centimeter. So the sketching will give you an idea of how to go about the construction. Now that I have a sketch of this, I can now go on to draw. The first thing, like we said in that step, is to draw the base. Our base here is 6 centimeter because that's the horizontal here. So I will get my ruler. Okay, I'll get my ruler and measure 6 centimeters. Okay, since our AB is 6 centimeters, AC rather, AC here is 6 centimeters, so I have to draw 6 centimeter base. Okay, so let's do that. So with my ruler, from 0 here, so from 0 down to 6, so I stop at 6. So your ruler and your pencil, you draw your 6 centimeter. All right, you see that now? Aha. So if you have done that, so if you have done that, okay, let me erase this and withdraw it again because of the space. Okay, so I want to make it a little lower. All right, so then I will draw my 6 centimeter base as given in my sketch. So this is from 0 to 6 centimeters. You can see, so that's 6 centimeters. So I haven't done that, then I bring out my ruler again. Now the other side is AB now is 8 centimeters. Okay, 8 centimeters. So what I need to do now is to get my compass. I get my compass. This is my compass here. So this is my compass. So I get my compass and I'll measure 8 centimeters on my with my ruler using my compass. So now from the center of that compass, okay, I will extend it to 8 centimeter. You could see, so to 8 centimeter. So I haven't done that. I've gotten 8 centimeter on my compass using the ruler. Then I can now take away my ruler since I've gotten 8 centimeter from the compass. Then I'll move my ruler down to the 6 centimeter base. Then the center of this, okay, let me rotate this so we can understand. Now, the center, this center of the compass here, I'll place it at the tip of the base. So I'll move it there. I'll place it there. So place at the tip here. Okay, at the tip here. Then I can now rotate it to the center of the line a little. Having done that, I will now make an arc. Okay, I'll make an arc with the compass. Okay, so make an arc with the compass like this. All right, then again I bring in my ruler again to measure side 7 centimeter. So my ruler comes in again, and I take in my compass to the ruler to get 7 centimeter. So I can rotate my ruler to horizontal position to be able to get that 7 centimeter. So I move it close to the ruler. I take to the tip 0 centimeter of the ruler. Now initially, no, it was 8, so I need to reduce it to 7 centimeter now. Okay, so let me rotate it so that it can be horizontal. So it's almost there. So I take it to 7 centimeter. Okay, exactly now. Now that I've gotten 7 centimeter now, I can remove my ruler again. I take away my ruler for now. Then bring in my compass. Bring down my compass to the other tip. Bring the center of my compass to the other end of the 6 centimeter base, and then I will rotate the compass, okay, to this point, and then make another arc. Make another arc here. So until it intersects with the first arc, that's the second arc based on the instruction we got. So that's the second arc, and then I can now take away my compass and get my pencil to this point here where the two arcs intersect. I will get my pencil. This point here where the two lines intersect, I will now join it with the first end of the base. You get it now? Then the same point where the two arcs intersect, I will join it with the second base, and that is it. I have succeeded in doing that. So I can now label. I can decide to now, I'll now label it. So this side is side 8, okay, centimeters, 8 centimeters, okay. Pardon my writing. Why here is size 7 centimeters, okay, and the other part is size 6 centimeters. So this is how to construct triangle using your ruler and your pencil, and then you are good. All right, it's as simple as that. Okay, so let's erase this as we continue. Okay, so now, aside from giving 3 sides, sometimes you might also be giving 2 sides. When you want to construct a triangle, you might also be giving 2 sides and 1 angle. In that case, the step involved is make the first side, that means draw the first side of that triangle. You know you are giving 2 sides. Then second one, construct the angle given, that's the included angle. Third step, you cut the second side, and then you finally join. These steps are very straightforward. Now let us see a practical example to this too. Now here it said we are to construct a triangle ABC with the following dimension. AB is 5 centimeter, BC is 7 centimeter, and angle ABC is 60 degrees. So this is a sketch of it. So where we have AB to be 5 centimeter, this is AB here, 5 centimeters, right? So this is AB 5 centimeter, and BC is 7 centimeters. So BC 7 centimeters, angle ABC is 60 degrees. So this is now the angle is always where the middle letter is. You see this middle letter, you can see that letter B now is in the middle. That's where the 60 is. Okay, so any letter that is in the middle, that's where the angle will be located. So here, letter B is in the middle of A and C, so the angle 60 degrees is located there. All right, this is a sketch of it. This is a sketch of it. Now, in this sketch, we will now use it to construct. So the first thing is to draw our base. This time around, I would like to use AB as my base so that it can be horizontal part. Now, all I need to do is to get my pencil and draw horizontal line. Okay. But this, since it's measurable, so what we have to do there is to get our ruler and measure 5 centimeters. So AB 5 centimeters. So we get our ruler. We get our ruler here. All right. I will measure 5 centimeters with our rulers. So this is 0. So go straight to 5. Stop at 5 here. Okay, that's 5. All right. So that's 5. Now I can now take away my ruler. I take away my ruler. The next thing for me to do now is to remember that this angle B is where the 60 degree is. So I can try to label here. I'll label this place angle B, but that's where the 60 is. That's B now. All right. Then automatically A is here because this is line AB. So if B is here, then this is A, and that line is 5 centimeters. So this is A. Okay, and this line is line 5 centimeters. I'm turning around the sketch. Sometimes you can choose to turn it around to make your construction easy. Okay, so this is line AB with 5 centimeter line. Now because B is carrying the 60 degree, now I'll get my protractor. This is my protractor here. Place the center of the protractor at the end of the line. That's on B now. I'll place it there because I want to measure 60. Okay, so I'll place it at the center. Okay, for my protractor here, I only have a pointer that can help me locate. You see now, so I'm taking it straight to 60. Now that it's on 60, and for you, you will not have a pointer, so you have to go and point it yourself. So now that it's on 60, I will get my pencil and mark that point. So I won't mark that point. I've measured my 60 degrees already. I will just take away my protractor again, take it away, and then this point now and this end here, I will join it. That is angle 60. So I get my ruler, my pencil. Now you have to use ruler and pencil for you to get this. This is already a perfect straight line too. So I will join it with the other end, and that is angle 60. So this angle here is angle 60 degrees. Okay, this is angle 60 degree. Now remember that BC, remember that BC here is 7 centimeters. So by the time we get our ruler now, so this place should be BC, this B, so the other edge should be C. Now since BC is 7 centimeters, now we need to measure 7 centimeters. Since we have gotten our angle 60, let's label that place 60 degrees now. So this is 60 degrees, all right? Angle 60 degrees using our protractor to get it. So having done that, then we want to get our BC to be 7 centimeters, okay? Because we have our AB to be 5 centimeters, which we are measuring here. Then BC, we 7 centimeters. So if A is here, B, then C should be here, and this line should be 7 centimeters. So we need to measure that by getting our ruler again. So our ruler comes in again, and we have to rotate this ruler to get that. So rotate the ruler on that line to get the measurement we want. So this is rotate it to be parallel to that line. So you see, so you can now adjust it. So this is already 5. So we need to extend it to 7. So we get our pencil and then extend it to 7. And once you stop there, that's it. Okay, so you extend it to 7. So I haven't done that now. You can now take away your ruler again. You take away your ruler and then join this end and this other end with your pencil and ruler again, and that gives you your triangle with 2 sides and 1 included angle. Perfect. So here is now 7. Here is 7 centimeter now. Okay, here is 7 centimeter. 7 centimeter, and this point is point C. So that's how to construct a triangle with 2 sides and 1 included angle. It's as simple as that. Okay, so let's take off this. Let's take off that, and let's move on to constructing an equilateral triangle. If you want to construct an equilateral triangle, just draw a base. That's the first step. Then you strike arc and you join. All right. So without wasting much of our time, let us see an example on this. Let's see an example on this. Here we are to construct equilateral triangle ABC with side 6 centimeter. Very simple. We get our ruler in, rotate it on horizontal level. Okay. Horizontal level. Horizontal. Okay. So horizontal level, then we measure 6 centimeters. So we know equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal. So each of the sides will be 6 centimeters. So we measure 6 centimeters with our ruler and our pencil. So from 0 to 6. So this is 6 centimeters. All right. Then, very simple. What you need to do again is get your compass. Get your compass. Get your compass in. Now your compass, you place it at the tip. Before you do that, take away your ruler. You've gotten your 6 centimeter measurement. Now take it away. Then use your compass to get 6 centimeters, just the same length. Okay. So you reduce your compass to the same length. First of all, you rotate it so that it is the same length. So now that it is on the same length, okay, then you can now reduce it since you are dealing with 6 centimeter and you have already measured 6 centimeter with your ruler. So this length is 6 centimeter. So I haven't done that. Then rotate your compass a little, and then the next step is place the tip of the center of the compass on the first end of that base. Place it there. Okay, and then rotate it also a little, almost to the center of the line. Okay, and then from there you can now make an arc. You make an arc. Hello. Okay, all right. So you make an arc like this. So again, you take your compass to the other end of the base. Okay, the other end of the base. Remember, the base line is 6 centimeter. You rotate your compass to the other side, and then you make an arc again. Make an arc like this. So then, having done that, you are halfway done. Take away your compass. Then you get your ruler. Join the meeting point of the 2 arcs to the first end of the base. Again, the meeting point of the 2 arcs, you join it to the second end of the base. And this, boom, you've just measured equilateral triangle of each side 6 centimeter. So each of the side here is 6 centimeters. Okay, here is 6 centimeters. Okay, here also is 6 centimeters. All right, here is 6 centimeters as well. And this other side too is 6 centimeters. This is 6 centimeters too. So this is how you can construct equilateral triangle, okay, using your compass and your ruler. All right, so we can take all this now. That's the step involved. So it's a very straightforward step. If you keep practicing, you're going to get it. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.